Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be tackling a question that I know has been on a lot of your minds, and honestly mine too.
Pie what will it be worth?
Exactly. It seems like everywhere you turn, people are talking about Pi Network and its potential, right?
There's a lot of buzz, a lot of speculation.
Yeah, and for good reason. I mean, Pi Network has gained a ton of attention with its unique approach to mining.
Yeah, making cryptocurrency accessible through mobile phones, it's definitely a novel concept.
Totally. And the user base is huge, but there's still so much we don't know,
Hmm.
particularly about how many Pi coins are actually going to be out there once it finally, hits the exchanges.
That circulating supply, it's a big question mark, isn't it?
It really is. So for this deep dive, we've got some data from a recent analysis we found, and we're going to break it down, try to make some sense of it.
All right, sounds like a plan. Lay it on me.
So the source starts off with some concrete numbers. They point out that Pi Network has shared some official data about how much Pi has been migrated to the mainnet, how much is locked up as mining rewards, that kind of thing.
Okay, so we've got some solid figures to work with.
Exactly. The source says that around 6.29 billion Pi have been migrated to the mainnet already.
That's a substantial chunk, considering the maximum supply is 100 billion, right?
Absolutely. But here's where it gets tricky. On top of that, there's another 4.69 billion Pi locked up as mining rewards.
Right, so that's Pi that's been earned by users but isn't actually circulating yet.
Yep. And that leaves us with a potential circulating supply of, get this, 1.59 billion Pi.
So less than 2% of the total supply? That's pretty tight.
It is. Now, the source uses that 1.59 billion figure to play around with different market cap scenarios. And that's where things get really interesting, at least for me.
Let's hear it. Walk me through these scenarios.
All right, so buckle up. Based on their analysis, with a circulating supply of 1.59 billion Pi, we could be looking at a price range of, get this, $0.62 to $1 per Pi.
Wow, okay. That's a significant range, obviously, depending on how the market values the entire Pi network, right?
Exactly. But before we go any further, I think we need to make sure everyone understands what we mean by market cap.
Right. For anyone who's new to the crypto world, market cap can seem a little, well, confusing.
Totally. So break it down for us. What's market cap in plain English?
Sure. Imagine you could magically gather up every single Pi coin out there. Every single one.
Okay, I'm imagining billions of little Pi symbols all piled up.
Exactly. Now, if you could sell all those Pi coins at the current price, the total amount of money you'd make, that's the market cap.
So it's basically a way of measuring the total value of the entire network, right?
Precisely. And it helps us relate that overall value back to the price of a single Pi coin, which is what we're all really interested in, right?
Absolutely. Now, the source we're looking at actually makes a prediction based on that 1.59 billion circulating supply figure. They say, and this is where I get a little skeptical, they say that the initial listing price will likely be less than $1.
Interesting. So sub $1 valuation right out of the gate. I can see why you might be raising an eyebrow there.
Right. It just seems a little, I don't know, low maybe,
Yeah.
especially with all the hype surrounding Pi Network.
Yeah, I hear you. But remember, circulating supply is a major factor when it comes to a cryptocurrency's price.
Oh, absolutely. Like we've seen that time and time again, haven't we?
For sure. I mean, think of it like any other commodity. If there's only a limited supply of something that people really want, the price is going to go up, up, up.
Supply and demand, classic economics.
Exactly. But if that supply suddenly increases, even if the demand stays strong, well, the price could drop.
That makes total sense. So what do you think about that sub $1 prediction? Does it hold water?
Well, it's definitely possible, but there are a lot of moving parts here. Pi Network's distribution model is unique, you know? That gradual release of locked Pi, the focus on mobile mining, it's a different beast than what we've seen with other cryptocurrencies.
Right. So how could that impact the circulating supply and ultimately the price?
Well, if Pi Network releases those locked Pi rewards too quickly, it could flood the market, you know?
Oversaturation.
Mm.
Too much Pi chasing too few buyers.
Exactly. And even if there's tons of excitement around the project, a sudden influx of coins could really impact the price.
I'm starting to see why they're predicting a lower initial price. It's like they're
Yeah.
trying to manage expectations.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential, but they also have to walk a tightrope, right?
Mm.
They need to manage that release of coins strategically if they want to support healthy growth.
So it's not just about the number of coins, it's about the pace at which they enter the market, right?
Exactly. It's a balancing act. Too slow, and people might lose interest. Too fast, and the price could plummet.
Okay, so we've talked about the hard numbers, the market cap scenarios, the impact of Pi Network's unique distribution model. We've even got this prediction of a sub $1 listing price. But ultimately, this is about what you believe.
It is. I mean, we're all trying to figure this out together. We've got some data points, but there's no crystal ball.
Exactly. So let's flip the script. What do you think about that 1.59 billion circulating supply figure? Is that a realistic starting point?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, there are a few ways to approach this. We can look at projects with similar goals, similar stages of development, and see how their market caps have played out over time.
So looking for comparable cases to draw some insights.
Exactly. We can also consider Pi Network's track record so far, their community engagement, the strength of their technology, all of that.
So taking a holistic view, looking beyond just the raw numbers.
Exactly. And ultimately, it comes down to what you find compelling about the project. What are the potential risks? What gets you excited?
That's a great point. Everyone needs to do their own research and weigh the factors that matter most to them. It's like building your own personal risk-reward assessment.
Precisely. And hey, that's part of what makes the crypto world so fascinating, right? It's constantly evolving, and there are always new things to learn and explore.
Couldn't agree more. All right, everyone, that wraps up our deep dive into PiCoin's potential listing price. Big thanks to our expert for breaking it all down.
My pleasure.
We covered a lot of ground today, but remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation. Keep those brains buzzing, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep learning. The world of crypto is full of surprises, and who knows what the future holds for Pi Network.
That's right. Stay curious, everyone.
And until next time, happy mining.